Welcome students, I am Sangeeta Sharma, your chemistry teacher. Today we will study class 7th chapter 6 metals and non-metals. On the basis of their general properties, elements are often divided into two classes, that is metals and non-metals. More than 115 elements are known today. Out of these 115 elements, 24 are non-metals and most are metals. There are some elements whose properties lie between those of metals and non-metals. They are known as metalloids. Metals are in general hard and strong. Some examples of metals are potassium, calcium, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, iron, zinc, tin, copper, mercury, silver, gold and platinum. Metals have a luster known as metallic luster. Example: aluminium, iron, zinc, copper, silver, gold are all lustrous. Such metals can be polished too. Metals are generally hard, strong solids. Example: aluminium, iron, zinc, tin and copper. They are strong enough to bear heavy loads. They have a high tensile strength. Thus, metal ropes are used in ropeways for transporting heavy loads. And it is the tensile strength of iron that makes a bridge or a skyscraper able to withstand high pressure. Metals are sonorous. When struck, they produce a sound called a metallic sound or metallic clink. Recall the ringing of a bell or a clink of coins. Metals generally have high density. Few examples: iron 7.9, copper 8.9, gold 19.3, platinum 21.45. Exceptions are also there. Potassium, sodium, magnesium and aluminium have comparatively low densities and they are light also. Metals have high melting points and boiling points. Some examples: aluminium melting point 660, boiling point 2467 degrees Celsius. Iron melting point 1535 degrees Celsius and boiling point 2750. Copper 1083 degrees Celsius and boiling point 2567 degrees Celsius. Potassium, sodium, tin and lead have comparatively low melting points but quite high boiling points. Metals are malleable. In other words, they can be beaten or rolled into sheets. Aluminium, iron, copper or silver can be beaten or rolled into thin sheets. Common examples are the silver foil used to decorate sweets and aluminium foil used to pack food stuff. A blacksmith hammers red hot steel to make tools or a piece of copper or brass to make utensils. Metals are ductile. They are flexible and can be drawn into wires. For example, iron, aluminium, copper, silver and gold can be easily drawn into wires. Metals are good conductors of heat. They allow heat to pass through them easily. Due to this property, we use metal utensils. Heat supplied at one place of the utensil is conducted all over it. You cannot use a frying pan made of, say, carbon because it is a bad conductor of heat. When placed over a fire, carbon will not distribute the heat all over the pan. Instead, it will start burning due to the localized heat. Metals are good conductors of electricity. They allow an electric current to pass through them. This is why electricity is transmitted from one point to another through metal wires, like those of copper or aluminium. Silver is the best conductor of electricity. The next best is copper and then aluminium. Now we will discuss about nonmetals. In contrast to metals, nonmetals are not known for strength. 24 nonmetals known today. 12 are solids, 1 is liquid and 11 are gases. 12 solids are carbon, phosphorus, sulfur, iodine, etc. And liquid is bromine, and gases examples are hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, chlorine, helium, neon, argon, etc. Now, general properties of nonmetals. Nonmetals have the following general properties. The first one, solid nonmetals are non-lustrous. For example, carbon, phosphorus, sulfur are all dull looking solids. Exception is also there. Graphite, a form of carbon, and iodine are lustrous solids. Second point, solid nonmetals are not hard and have low tensile strength, means just opposite to the metals. For example, phosphorus, sulfur, etc. are soft solids. Exception, diamond is the hardest solid known. Third, nonmetals are non-sonorous. They do not produce a clink when they struck against a hard object. Nonmetals have low densities. So here are few examples. Phosphorus 1.82 gram per centimeter cube density. Sulfur 2.07. Graphite 2.25. Diamond 3.52. So they all have very low densities. Exception, the liquid nonmetal bromine has a high density, and that is 3.13 gram per centimeter cube. Fifth point, nonmetals have low melting points and boiling points. Solid nonmetals melt and boil at low temperatures, but at temperatures higher than room temperature. Bromine, the only liquid nonmetal, melts below but boils above room temperature. Nonmetals existing in the gaseous state under ordinary conditions have melting and boiling points below room temperature. Now, sixth point, solid nonmetals are brittle rather than malleable. They break upon being beaten. Now, seventh point, solid nonmetals are not ductile. None of them can be bent or drawn into wires. Nonmetals are bad conductors of heat. Nonmetals are bad conductors of electricity. For example, phosphorus, sulfur, bromine, etc. do not conduct electricity. Exception, graphite is a good conductor of electricity. Till now, we have discussed about the general properties of metals and non-metals. Now, with the help of this table, we are summarizing the properties of metals and non-metals. The first point is state. Metals are solid. Non-metals 12 solids, 1 liquid and 11 gases. Luster. Metals are lustrous and non-metals are lusterless, dull looking. Exception is always there. Graphite and iodine are lustrous. Density in case of metals usually high, but in case of non-metals usually low. Tensile strength. Metals tensile strength is high and non-metals low. Malleability. Metals are malleable and non-metals are non-malleable. Ductility, ductile. Non-metals are non-ductile. Sonority. Metals are sonorous and non-metals are non-sonorous. Melting and boiling points of metals are generally high. Mercury is exception and non-metals generally low. Exception carbon. Conduction of heat, good conductors and non-metals are bad conductors. Conduction of electricity in the case of metals are good conductors, but non-metals are bad conductors. Exception graphite. Graphite is a good conductor. So with the help of this table, it's easy to learn also, and we are summarizing also with the help of this table. So it's easy to understand also. Thank you my dear students for watching this video. After watching this video, write your name, class, section in the comment box. Thanks again.